Hey cruisers, it's Kevin and Frank from Cruising with Wheels.
We're back.
Today we have a question for you. Are you a virgin? Cruiser, that is. So there's a new cruise line in town. It is Virgin Cruises, and it's Virgin Galactic.
Virgin Galactic, Sir Richard Branson. He is everywhere. He's got his fingers on the pulse of everything.
And you know, for someone who being as aged as he is,
What?
well, he's a little older.
He's rich.
He is very rich, and he has
Hey, Richard.
some pretty cool ideas.
Yeah.
And just based on seeing the airline and how they do things on the airline, it's pretty amazing. But what he's done is created a new cruise line. They're working on the ship right now. It's, what did we find out? It's like 80 to 90% done.
Well, they're already taking bookings right now in 2019. It is the Scarlet Lady. Oh, now that sounds nice. Everyone's talking about it. It's all over the internet, all over Facebook, social media. Everyone's doing a video on it, and we're gonna talk about it today on our channel.
Now, the interesting thing about the Scarlet Lady to me is that it is a completely adults-only ship. So people that are 18 years and older are allowed to sail on her.
Right, no kids. And as my mom would say, you know, I love my kids. I just don't like anyone else's.
Now, they have all sorts of adult, grown-up onboard amenities and activities that
you're not going to see anywhere else.
It's going to totally be a different experience, even with respect to how the ship is designed.
Yes.
So the people from Virgin were nice enough to send us a little promo video. So why don't you all take a look and check out the ship.
The ocean deeper than the sea. You got everything, you got what I need. Move me, take me from this place. Speeding up my heartbeat, playing in the flames. Kiss me, we're on fire, babe. Love me, take me to outer space. Kiss me, we're on fire.
Wasn't that awesome? I mean, totally unlike any other cruise ship you have seen.
Gorgeous.
I know. It makes me want to, well, not me run up, but you run up and take a look at some bookings, because they're taking bookings already for their inaugural cruise from Miami into the Caribbean in 2020.
Now, they're going to be doing Caribbean sailings and I believe Cuba sailings.
Cuba coming after that in the future. Absolutely, because you know, everyone's going to Cuba.
Now, like we said, they've really taken a different concept in cruising. They've designed it to be an adult only cruise line, and they have some drastically different ideas on what they're going to be doing. They have an onboard tattoo parlor.
Tattoo, piercings. It's called Squid Ink, and it's part of a partnership with the famous New York world famous ink. And so he brought them on board.
And I from what I've heard, is they're going to have this luxury spa, and it's going to include a blow dry bar, which is interesting. If you're not from a major city, you might not know what that is, but basically that would mean that you go in, they shampoo your hair, and they provide you with a blow dryer
Like that?
and the products, and you blow it dry yourself.
That's
Which
crazy.
is crazy. It's a big thing that they do in New York City now, and
As I say, very upscale, very posh. There's certain things that because they're very, how should we say, environmentally aware.
yes.
Things that they will and will not be doing.
Well, I heard that they are totally doing away with the idea of even using any single-use plastics.
Yeah.
They're going to be completely banned from their ships. That means that there's going to be no straws, no bottles, no stirrers,
Right.
Condiment packs.
The condiment packets we all put in our purses and steal.
And you know, all those unnecessary food
Yeah.
packagings. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 2019. We got to get out of this concept of we need these single packages and we need this and we need that. We don't need it.
But, you know,
we need to protect our environment.
they're still going to be offering still and sparkling water.
And it will be all complimentary
Yes.
because I know on some of the other lines, if you want bottled water or you want a sparkling water, there's an upcharge.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the next point, which is they have made a commitment and a promise to all of their sailors.
Yes.
Right? They call everybody
I
sailors.
want to be a sailor.
That they are not going to nickel and
Yes.
dime you. And what that means is guests will enjoy complimentary meals from a variety of restaurants. And let me see, I have a list here. There's one called Wake.
Yeah, that's steak and seafood.
Right. And then there's Pink Agave.
Mexican, sweet.
And it's supposed to be designed to look like the elevated taqueria on the streets of Mexico City.
That is
so we're
cool.
excited about that.
Now the ship is very different from all the cruise ships that you've been on or that you've seen that are predominantly, you know, white with a little color, pointed. It's very streamlined, almost like a little silver bullet. And it's supposed to be geared to be like a private yacht, except a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's has a sleek gray hull and smoked glass, and the ship's design was inspired by a luxury yacht.
Yeah.
While red highlights are, of course, a nod to the Virgin branding.
Of course.
Yeah. Now, the ship is going to feature, 20 or so dining and drinking options?
Right. There's a lot of dining and drinking venues. However, you will not see buffets.
Nope.
You will not see these large main dining rooms.
Nope. And you're not going to be assigned to a specific dining time.
You will not be regimented.
It's not going to be anything like the traditional experience.
Right.
So we're really excited about that because we like new and different.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're not traditional cruisers ourselves. Now, you asking about formal nights. I'm sure people are going to be asking.
Are they formal nights? Can I dress up in my gown and tiara?
They've ditched that idea
No,
completely. Everything is going to be casual. Restaurants will include Wake, which we've already talked about. They serve a theatrical take on steak and seafood.
Ooh, love theatrics. Theatrics.
And is the most glamorous restaurant on the ship.
Right. And they have a test kitchen eatery, which is it's like a laboratory. And from what I understand about that is they give you it's a list of ingredients, but you don't know what the chef will actually make out of those ingredients. And that's why I believe they call it the test kitchen.
Gee, can I do that for Frank's Cooking Corner?
Oh my God, oh, please don't do that to me.
Now, they have a Korean barbecue restaurant.
Yeah, no, that
which
sounds good.
Sounds really,
Yes.
really good. And what was the name?
Janbae.
Janbae.
Yeah, Korean barbecue. Now that sounds awesome.
It's hosted by the loudest servers at sea, though. It's the loudest servers at sea, is what they say. And each meal will begin with a complimentary round of soji.
Oh, yes.
At the table, and that's like Korean sake. And they encourage all you sailors to take part in drinking games while you dine.
Yeah, I know
here.
a lot of you people are into that.
So I think that's interesting.
So yeah, it's the food is included, no upcharges, no nickel and diming. What people are used to seeing is the quote complimentary restaurant versus the specialty restaurants that you pay for. None of that. Food all included in the fair price. Yeah.
Other amenities on board include plenty of creatively designed outdoor recreational spaces. I guess they have an athletic club and an outdoor lounge.
Yes.
You were telling me about this outdoor lounge that they have.
The upper lounge, the big top deck one?
I think so.
Yes, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Wow.
But I want to talk about the drag brunch at Razzle Dazzle. That's exciting.
Now-
Hello, my peoples. The menu is divided into, what, 2 sections?
There's supposed to be a naughty and a nice. And I think the naughty gears itself toward the meat products.
A little booze.
And a little booze. Well, I have a feeling that everything's got booze
Booze
at
in
the
it.
drag brunch.
Right.
And the nice is more a plant-based, vegetarian,
Yes.
vegan
Yeah.
type of flair.
Yeah. And the atmosphere is very flashy red and white.
Well, it was inspired by the pattern painted on warships in World War I and World War II.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
So there you go.
I know. It's also equipped with a food hall, 24-hour diner, pizza joint, and of course, the test kitchen, which we already talked about.
To which I question. Because when I hear the words like food hall,
I know.
I think of buffet.
I know.
So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that food hall.
Yeah. Well, it looked really nice.
Yeah, it does.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I'd roll right up to those big old tables.
Right. Well, I was just saying they claim that they don't have a buffet, that they're not going to do a buffet, but they
know.
have a food hall.
Yeah.
So how do they
I don't know.
do the food there?
I don't know. But anyways, again, the whole ship seems to be what they talked about is the big adventurous crowd, the rock and rollers. It's all about rock and roll and adventure. But they do have all the amenities for those who are looking for lots of relaxation and serenity, I guess.
Well, I think that they have a concept, and they call it vitamin C, and it's all about partying hard that one night, and then the next day rebalancing and
wellness, well-being.
detoxifying.
Yeah.
So they sent us a little clip to explain that.
Yeah, take a look.
Virgin Voyages has always had a very, very strong focus on well-being. Many vacations give you the opportunity to rejuvenate, but not many vacations bring you back that little bit different.
For us, well-being is a concept that's more than just a spa treatment. It's more than just a healthy option on a menu. It's a fundamental tenet for how we think about bringing this experience to life across every aspect of it.
We don't want to just relax you and rejuvenate you. We want to give you this new sense of power to tackle life.
We think fundamentally everyone's in need of that nourishment of their soul.
I think vitamin C is the antidote for this crazy modern world we all live in.
Most ships have a spa and it's in one area and it's typically lower on the ship. We've taken an approach to decentralize all that and create well-being experiences all around the ship.
We have lots of very different spaces that allow our sailors to be different versions of themselves.
You know, the start of the day, we hope and expect that our sailors will join us on the crow's nest. And what could be more uplifting and rejuvenating than waking up to a 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. yoga class with the span of the ocean all around you.
We would talk a lot about detox, retox. When we eat too much the night before, the next day we'll have a smoothie or a shake, and we won't indulge so much. So this sort of rebalancing of ourselves we felt was really important.
Allowing your personal self to do these things is what's really important. If we're achieving that through design and how we program and how we have woven these spaces and these activities together, and I think we've been pretty successful.
The more time we have to look after our whole self, the better we feel as individuals, and it sort of allows us to be sort of running on all cylinders when we're back in our daily lives.
This voyage doesn't end. This now stays with me and fuels how I'm going to live my life.
Now, that was interesting that they have that whole concept of the rebalancing.
I know, because you're going to need to recover.
Right, especially after, apparently they have this party,
Yeah.
okay, and it's an all-night party.
Yeah, the DJ transforms like the spa thermal suite into this big mermaid hideaway,
Dance party.
Yeah.
It sounds really cool. So the next day you're going to need to reboot and detoxify.
Absolutely.
Let's hope it's a sea day.
Yeah, yeah. And then, of course, for all the, again, going with that, all the fitness and exercising, because, most of the cruise ships have their fitness centers. Well, they have a fitness area as well. Their athletic center, you saw the boxing ring, the punching bags, gymnastic equipment.
And apparently they have this all over the ship.
Yeah, it's kind of everywhere.
They kind of have little areas all over the ship because their whole concept is wellness.
Right. They don't put it all in one fitness center like the other cruise lines do.
And the same with the spa. They don't put it all in one spot, one location.
With their the salt, what is it? They have a mud thing, a mud room, the salt room. They all that stuff that you're kind of used to seeing, but very different here.
In a different way.
Yeah,
Different
very
twist.
different. Yeah, very different. Yoga, cycling. You saw on the upper deck the yoga mats. Get up early in the morning and get up there. We wouldn't be doing that.
No, thank you. The Scarlet Lady is also going to be, of course, outfitted with nightclubs, multiple pools, and like we had said, the spa.
Yeah,
so they will have a spa area.
Get your mani-pedis. So, yeah, you're going to be able to get all that.
But let's talk a little bit about cabins.
Yeah.
Because they have some really interesting cabins.
They offer the standard cabins, but they also offer, again, these, they have 78 rock and roll suites that are on the upper decks, which again lead to that top lounge, which is, what did we call that? Richard's rooftop, as you saw in the video.
But the interesting thing is that these Rockstar suites have a fully stocked bar in them, which is really cool, and they offer tons of ocean views.
Yeah, and it's like, you're talking party hardy.
This is definitely a baller's suite.
Yeah. So, it's really cool.
So speaking of those 78 luxury Rockstar suites, within those Rockstar suites, there's 15 super duper special suites.
Yes, the super mega Rockstar suites.
And there are called, I guess they have names.
Yeah.
They're further, because they divide them up. They're called the Massive,
Suite,
Fab, Posh, and Gorgeous
suites. Yeah,
suites.
gorgeous suites. So different experiences. The Rockstar theme. The massive suite features a music room with stocked with guitars and amplifiers and a special private lookout point right at the front of the ship. Now, who would not want to be up there on deck 15 where all these grand suites are located? I would. I would like to be there. You can play the guitar. I will be looking out the window. So we hope we've given you a little information and a view about what the Scarlet Lady is all about, since everyone seems to be talking about it. We've hoped that we've helped you out, and maybe you'll be going on it before we will, and you can help all our subscribers and viewers tell them exactly what the experience was all about.
But we will bring you any new information that we find out about the Virgin Cruise Lines and the Scarlet Lady, and possibly even their next ship, as soon as it becomes available to us.
So on behalf of Kevin and myself from Cruising with Wheels, remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. That's right.
And as always, we want to remind you to travel safe
And cruise often. Virgin Sailor. Girl, please. I don't think so. Hello.
Stupid. Like a virgin.
They just come in on the dock.
Is he Sir Richard Branson because he was knighted by drag queens?
No, I think he was knighted by the real queen.
Woo! Touched for the very first time. Hey, sailor.
I know. Every time they talk about and our sailors, I'm thinking, sailors? Ooh, dude, where? Where are the sailors?
Think Richard Branson's a virgin?
I doubt it. My stomach was making noises.
In the Navy, sail those 7 seas.
Excuse me, Sir Richard Branson, knighted by the Queen.
Do you have this attached to your... That's what I did, see? So it won't fall.
Oh, I keep my legs closed.
You're gonna keep your legs closed?
Yeah. End scene.
Yes, Queen!